Today's video is gonna be a little bit of a fun, I don't know, interactive-ish one. I'm just here to rank Genshin men. The category is by, like, romantic interest. However, I'm going to try and keep it, like, semi-realistic. I don't want to be, like, I'm not going to be delusional about it, I promise, I swear. Although, there probably will be a little bit of delusion going on, but, you know, when is there not a little bit of delusion going on with these kinds of games? So, the tier list! Woo! Hey everyone, it's Editor Xynthia here to let you know this video was taken from a live stream right here on YouTube. So if you enjoyed this and want to see more videos like it, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified the next time I go live. Thanks, and back to the video. I'm doing male characters because I'm straight, female, so I'm attracted to the men. But, so hand in marriage, no questions asked means these are characters that I feel like I have good chemistry with, or I would have good chemistry with, regardless of any situation. Like, we get along really well, there wouldn't be very many issues getting to know each other or anything like that, and I just love them! Second tier, hand in marriage, some questions asked. These are characters that I feel like I could get along with really well overall, but also, like, on top of that, I feel like there were some things we need to work through before it became a thing. Like, it's like, I'm not opposed, like, I really like this character, and I'm definitely not opposed with being in a relationship with them. But the section will make more sense when I put characters in it, because, I don't know, they might have more issues I feel like I would want them to work through before anything happened, you know, before anything happens. I just want to be assured that maybe some of their trauma of their pasts aren't going to affect, like, our relationship. This third tier, sure, why not? These are characters that I like, and it's kind of like I could see it happening, but I'm not super eager about it, or like, I'm not opposed, again, it's like, I'm not opposed to it, but it's not like I love these characters, or I feel like it has potential to be either just friends or something more. The next tier is not my type, but we can be friends. And these are characters that like I said before at the beginning of the video, I'm trying to be semi-realistic about this. I'm gonna try and be not super delusional about it. But at the same time, there are characters that, you know, there are types of people you're attracted to and not attracted to. So these are characters I'm, like, straight up not attracted to. Not, like, I can't see myself being attracted to them, really, in any circumstances. It's like, we can be friends. I don't think they would be my type. And then this one, I don't think they like me very much. See, this is on them, because I like everyone. No. How do I describe this one? Well, I think it's kind of obvious, actually. I just don't think they like me very much. Like, it could be I could find them attractive, or be trying to be friends with them at least, but I just feel like due to, like, my personality and their personality, or maybe they wouldn't really like me, as far as I'm aware. I have, like, certain preferences and personality things that I feel like they would not appreciate or like, and therefore it would not work out. This tier, my son, these are characters who, to me, they either are too young or just seem too young. And then this last one, bruh IDK. This is, like, literally reserved for one character, and it's a character who I don't know much about yet, and so I don't really want to rate them. So, without further ado, we're gonna start. I'm just gonna go in alphabetical order, because that's what these are put in. They're in alphabetical order. If you can read the little names, I don't know how easy they are to read, but we have, like, Ether, Albeit. All of these character images are taken from their most recent birthday art that was done of them. The exceptions are Ether, because he never has birthday art. Dahlia is not playable yet. Aoife has not had a birthday yet, and Dainsleif. I have Dainsleif in here just because I feel like we know enough about him that it's fine. But he does not have a birthday art either because he's not playable yet. Because at the time I'm recording this, probably by the time this video goes up, Dahlia will be playable and we'll know more about him. Like, but I feel like we got enough of a taste of what he is like in the quest that I'm gonna put him on this tier, but it's gonna be I'm gonna put him on this tier list, but probably in a section that it doesn't even really matter. So yeah, all these are taken from, like, birthday art because they look so pretty in their birthday arts. Anyway, with Ether, so for me personally, Ether he goes here. In my opinion, I know the Travelers are technically, like, 500 years old, but we get a lot of dialogue from characters about them looking too young to even drink. You can be my son. I also think we can be friends too, like, you know. I'm trying to be semi-realistic about this. However, the slight delusion comes in when, because I feel like some of these characters would not care to be in a romantic relationship, period. And they're coming up very, very soon. But this is assuming they do want to be in a romantic relationship of some kind. I'm going off of that assumption. So Albedo, y'all might already know, he goes in the top tier because I love Albedo. Also, like playing that most recent quest, Paralogism, whatever you call it, I'm just like, I love Albedo. I forget I love Albedo until he appears in a quest. He goes up here. I just feel like he and I would get along really well, because I feel like I would like to go to Dragonspine with him and like hang out with him while he does his research, and it would be like a relationship where we wouldn't have to talk. I feel like we would both be very comfortable sitting in silence while we do our own thing, and that just seems like such a big thing for me. And this is assuming, because I feel like Albedo isn't a character who really cares about romantic relationships, but if he did, he's going in this tier. He's so quirky in the best way. Next one is Alhaitham. He goes in not my type, but we can be friends. I actually think Alhaitham and I would make great friends, and that's because we're both very introverted, like, don't talk to me kind of people. Ironic that I'm out here streaming and like, I don't like to talk to people. Also, I have this weird thing. If I have a friend who likes a character a lot, and I do have a friend who really likes Alhaitham, like Alhaitham is her favorite character, I feel like I personally can't like that character. And it has nothing to do with like, oh, I'm stealing their thunder or I'm stealing their favorite character. But it's just like, I don't know, this character doesn't belong to me. But Alhaitham's not really my type. I think overall, like, I find him attractive. Like, he's physically attractive, but he's not for me. And we can be friends, and I think we would make pretty good friends because, you know, quiet introvert. I feel like I would just let him do his thing. If he's like, I don't want to talk right now, I'd be like, fair enough, buddy. Ayato. Ooh. I'm a big Ayato main. Ayato is my only limited 5-star that I have at C1, and I have his signature weapon, and like, I've spent so much time building and rebuilding him to make him good, but unfortunately, I don't, realistically speaking, and as much as it breaks my heart, I don't think Ayato would like me very much. I just don't think he'd like me very much. I just have this feeling that he would find me too passive, probably, because I'm a very passive, I'll say submissive, not in a weird way, not in a freaky way, but I'm a very, I guess, agreeable person, and I feel like he would not like that about me. So next on my list is Baizhu. I think Baiju's going in this tier with Alhaitham. Not my type, but we can be friends. Baizhu low-key scares me, but also I did his story quest, and he's not a mean person, because I feel like when you first meet Baizhu and you don't know anything about him, especially since they took so long to release him, in my opinion, I think a lot of people think this too, he came across as kind of like sus. You're kind of like, I don't know if I trust you. Like, I feel like you're kind of sinister in a way. But he's a nice guy. The point is, he's not really my type. Next on this list is Bennett. Benito goes in my son because he's a child. I don't know. People can tell me, actually Bennett's not a child because of X, Y, and Z. I feel like he's a child though, so he's my son. Chongyun goes in the same tier, he's also too young. Sino. Sino. I'm sorry guys, but I do think his jokes are kind of funny. Also, I feel like I feel like we'd get along really well. And I think it's because I'd find his jokes funny. But also, I would just let him talk about his special interest of Invocation TCG because we both got that need to explain everything, those things we love. So, low-key, if he was a tall male character, like if his model was the tall male character, that character would be I think he'd be like my absolute favorite. It's just the young man, the medium male height makes him seem a little bit younger than I think he's supposed to be. Because he's supposed to be, I'm guessing 20s, in his 20s, because he went to the academia and already graduated. He could explain Invocation TCG to me and I would listen. Maybe not well, because my attention span is like 5 seconds. Maybe like 0.5 seconds. Dahlia. Bruh, IDK. We got a glimpse of his personality in the most recent quest, but I feel like for me, Dahlia, it's too soon. I feel like I need to like play another story quest with him, or like hang out with him or something. We'd probably be friends, but I'm gonna put him bra IDK because I feel like I don't know enough about him to make a proper judgment. Dangerous. This one's kind of delusional because bro's been alive for a very long time, and he probably has issues. I'm gonna put him in hand in marriage some questions asked though. Dainsleif, I feel like I know enough about him to know I feel like he and I would get along pretty well, but I feel like I'd have to be kind of certain that he's over the trauma of his homeland being, like, destroyed. Like, I don't know. And he has, like, the curse that's going on. Like, I would want to make sure we get rid of the curse first. We need to work through your, like, my homeland got destroyed, I'm from Conria issues, and then maybe we can get married after that. Okay, Diluc. I can't put them all up here, can I? He's gotta go in the top tier. Because like I said, this is based on like, do I truly think it would work between us? And I think so. People mischaracterize Diluc a lot, I feel like, by making him out to be this like really cold, unfeeling, I'm Batman kind of guy. Which he does have like the whole, whatever it's called, Dark Knight hero thing going on. But it's just to protect his homeland, and like if you ever listen to Diluc's voice lines, he's a sweetie. He's so nice. He's just a little bit quiet and awkward. I think we'd get along really well. I think it's kind of similar to the Albedo thing, where I feel like we could like sit in silence together and it would be fine. Like it wouldn't be awkward. We'd be cool with that. Maybe that's my standard. Can we sit in silence together? Cyno's a no. Because he would want to sign no. Because he'd want to start talking about Invocation TCG, but I still love him. I think we get along great. But Fremine is going in my son because he seems too young. And I love Fremine. He seems like a little sweet boy, but he's a boy in my opinion. I will adopt him if the House of the Hearth ever wants to get rid of him. Gaming. He's also my son. Goro. I think Goro, he's gonna go in the not my type, but we can be friends tier. Heizo. I think Heizo will go in the sure, why not? I'm not using that one birthday art, by the way. Not the sus one. This one. I like this one. It's nice. I like Heizo, and I feel like it could work out between us. I'm just not super enthusiastic about it. Like, I'm open to the concept of that, though. Of being in a relationship with him. Aoife. I think Aoife... he's hard, because I feel like Aoife and I could get along really well, but I feel like he goes somewhere in these two tiers. A little bit difficult for me to be like, yes, definitely. Maybe I'll put him in some questions asked. I feel like he doesn't have any trauma that he needs to work through, but I feel like maybe there would just need to be a little bit more time before something built up between us. These two are in here for different reasons. Like Dainsleif, it's like, okay, I needed to tell me, to assure me that you're over your trauma. For Aoife, it's just like, we'd probably take things slower, I think. It would work out between us, we'd have a comfortable life, but maybe it would just take a little bit longer for us to get together. Ito goes in this tier. I like Ito, he's fun. Who doesn't love the one and Oni? I don't want to be in a relationship with Ito. He's probably a little bit too irresponsible for me. I could help him out as like a friend, but I'm like, bro, I'm not marrying you, I'm sorry. Brighter, can't you see the sun? Let's move on. This song is good though. I love this song. Okay, Kaya. Kaya goes in this tier. Like I said, there were only two characters I was thinking about for this tier, and Ayato and Kaya were the two I was thinking about. This literally only comes from the fact that Kaya says something about, like, Diluc not liking wine, and he thinks that's super weird, and I don't like alcohol. Also, I feel like Kaya's kind of like a let go, have fun kind of person, and I'm all about having fun, you know? But I'm also just not I don't think I'm as impulsive or, like, go-getter as maybe he would want someone to be. I feel like he would want someone who'd be willing to go and, like, do crazy things with him. And I would not be down for that, because I'm not a very impulsive person, like I said. I would get along really well with Diluc, which also probably means Kaya wouldn't like me very much. I kind of think Kaya would think I'm boring. I think that's kind of the big thing. He'd probably find me kind of boring. Guys, it's time for the best character of all time. His name is Kaveh. He's going up front. I love Kaveh, by the way. In case you haven't noticed and are like, what? Literally, there are characters I like in other games and media because of Kaveh's. Like, if I hear Kaveh's English voice in, like, another piece of media, which I also love his Japanese voice. But I'm like, I love this character, and it's just because it sounds like Kaveh. Oh, Hathem's not my type, but I would go for Kaveh. I love Kaveh. I think Kaveh and I would get along great. Unless I told him I'm Hathem's friend, then he'd probably be like, I don't know about that. Alhaitham doesn't have friends. If you're a friend of Alhaitham, you must be as terrible as he is. Jokingly, hopefully. Because I know they don't hate each other. We're both like more on the artistic type people, and so we'd have like that to go off of, and he's broke. I don't know. There's something pathetic about him. And I love that. Oh, I love him. He's kind of gullible too, which I don't know if I love that necessarily, but I would help support his financial needs. I would help him out. We'd have a great time. He and I would get along so well. I just know it, okay? That one might be a little bit delusional because he's like literally my favorite character in the game. I think it would work out. I think we'd have a good old time being married. Next character is Kazuha, and he goes... See, the thing is, Kazuha has dropped in priority for me as far as favorite characters go, but I think he still goes in this tier. I like how there are more characters in this tier than almost any other tier. But again, it's just one of those, I just feel like we'd get along super well. He's very poetic, and that's kind of how I view the world as well. I feel like we're very similar. I feel like similar in a good way. I feel like if you're too similar to someone, sometimes romantically it doesn't work out because you're too similar in certain ways. But I feel like for Kazuha and I, we're similar in the right ways. And this is another one of those, along with Albedo and D-Luke. I feel like we could sit in silence, and it would be like a good silence, and we wouldn't feel awkward about it. Like, we could just sit there, and we just have a good time. Kenichi. Kenichi is difficult, because for me, Kenichi is one of those characters that walks the line of, like, he might be too young, but I'm just gonna go on a limb and say, for me, Kenichi is more adult age than some of these characters. However, I think I'm gonna put him in the not my type, but we can be friends. Or I just don't know if I would feel that way about him. I think the more I play as Kenichi in Genshin, the more I kind of lean toward him being like my son. But I'm just gonna put him in not my type. Like I said, to me, he seems like a young adult. He's going in this tier. We're friends. We can be besties. We'd hang out. Lenny, he goes in the same tier. He's also not my type. But for me, Lenny is an adult. He's just not my type. It's the twinkish characters. I'm not a huge fan of the twink. Well, not like I dislike the twinkish characters. They're just not my type. That's just not my type. Okay. Mika, he's also my son. Nervilette. Nervilette's an interesting one. I say that. I'm gonna put him up here. I'm gonna put him a little bit further up. Okay, I think I'm gonna put Cyno at the end here. Sorry, I love Cyno, but he's kind of lower on my priorities when it comes to this. Nervilette, I think it would work out between us. I think the only holdup would be, like, the fact that he lives forever and I do not. And so that's kind of weird. That kind of might be a problem. But I just love Nervilette. He's just so good. He's a good guy. And he would want the best for me, I think, because he wants the best for everyone. You know, he's the one that helped, like, the Melazines get rights, pretty much, in Fontaine. So, Auroron. You know what? When I was thinking about this video, I was pretty sure I would put Auroron in the not my type, but I don't know. He's kind of just a cutie patootie. I feel like Sure Why Not is a good tier for him. Because he's, like, really sweet and, like, kind of silly. He's just really nice, and he loves animals and growing his vegetables. I could help tend the garden with him. But it interests me as well. Like, I'd be interested in learning about his vegetables. Razor, he's going down here. He's my son. I'm adopting a lot of kids, by the way. That's not really what it means. It just means I would see them, probably in this case, I'm seeing them as a younger brother. Or I just want to, like, take care of them like a son. Like, if they need something, I'll take care of it. Okay, Sethos. Sethos. I feel like I really like Sethos' design, actually. I love his hair. I think that's the thing. I love his hair. It's so poofy. It's so fluffy. But I think he's going in Sure Why Not. But he's kind of Sure Why Not because I feel like he's kind of attractive. I feel like the thing is, like, I feel like he needs to be a little bit buffer, and he's just not. That's a whole different video, talking about why I think, like, Sethos, Cyno, Xiao should have, like, a little bit more muscle on their character models. D-Luke probably too. Tartaglia or Tartaglia.
Huh?
Why did I say that? That's so... Maybe I should not say it, but say things like that. But I think Tartaglia is technically how it's supposed to be pronounced. That's why I said that. I don't think he'd dislike me, but I don't think it would... I don't think... He's not my type. I guess we can be friends. He's kind of... I feel like he kind of needs his own tier, though. Like, I'm a little bit afraid of him because he wants to fight all the time. But he's not my type. Toma. Toma. What a nice guy. What a... This picture has Tarumaru on his head. It's so cute. I think Toma... I feel like not so many characters shouldn't be in this tier. I feel like I shouldn't have phrased this tier like this. I feel like I should have phrased this tier a little bit differently, because some questions asked makes it sound like I have issues with them. I don't technically have issues with any of the characters in this tier. Like I said, it's just I feel like it would need more time to develop, or it would then not develop, or maybe they do have trauma. Toma doesn't really have trauma. I like Toma a lot, and I feel like we would get along really well, but I am kind of tempted to put him in this one. Maybe just to balance it out a little bit. But also, I feel like he's really nice. Maybe I'm just like a little less sure that it would be as good of a relationship as it would be with these guys, you know? I see it working out more than I see it not working out. Okay, Tainari. Where do I put my boy Tainari? Because the thing is, I actually really like Tainari as a character, and he's kind of funny, and I feel like there are aspects of his personality and my personality that would get along really well. Like, I feel like we would have that. But I kind of don't know if I would be into him, but I also feel like I would. I'll put him in sure, why not? His haircut reminds me of the haircut I used to have, like, when I was a kid. Actually, the haircut I had for, like, 20 years of my life before I decided to cut it shorter. People are like, I can't even see your real hair. That's fine. It's short. That's it. But yeah, I think Tainari goes in this sure, why not? Venti. Venti, to me, is not my type. He's cool. He's an Archon. But like I said, Lenny, twinkish, not my type. Venti, also twinkish, not my type. Wanderer? Oh, I think there was a time and a place where Wanderer would have gone in the second tier when I was a little bit younger, probably. But I think now he's probably not my type. Or would he not like me? Wanderer's not very nice. He's kind of rude. So I kind of want to put him in this one because I feel like he would just be kind of mean to me. But I also feel like his rudeness isn't like actually rude. He just like is tsundere, I guess is how you'd say it. Like, he doesn't want to express his true feelings. And I feel like I would understand his true feelings, that he is like actually kind of nice. But I'm going to put him here. I'm going to put Wanderer in the not my type, but we can be friends. We can hang out. Wriothesley. Ooh, Wriothesley. Ooh, I have him. He's one of my mains. And this picture is so... it's so good. Anyway, he's going in this one. I feel like this might have a little bit to do with, like, it would need a little bit of time to develop. Also, because he did, like, I can say kill. My channel's not monetized yet. Since he did, like, kill his foster parents, which, I mean, when you learn why he did it, you learn there was a just heart behind that action, but I'd also kind of want to be like, you're not gonna, like, kill people you think are doing a bad thing, right? You're not just gonna go around doing that, right? And if he's like, yeah, totally, then we do it. I feel like yeah, like I said, it would need a little bit of time to develop, and then I would also have to be kind of assured that maybe any trauma he had from, like, early days in prison or, like, killing his foster parents, like, that all of that's been resolved. Which I feel like it has, but, like, you know, we're talking in hypotheticals. Like, I've been put into Tevat, I don't know any of these people, and then I meet him, and then we get to know each other. Yeah, he goes here. I could see it definitely working out. He's kind of a tease, isn't he? I feel like he kind of teases people, but in a drier humor type way. I feel like we'd understand each other. He can drink all the tea he wants. I'll buy him all the tea. Xiao. I feel like Xiao is one of these tiers. I'm not as enthusiastic about him as I probably once was, probably because we just had more characters come out. I think I'll put him in the sure, why not? This is another one that I have a friend who really likes this character, and maybe he's more for them than for me. But I'm also gonna put him in sure, why not, because I feel like he and I would get along well enough. Like, we'd be friends, and we could potentially be more, but... Xingqiu goes in this tier for me. Too young. I was actually very tempted to make a tier called, like, he's too much like me and I hate his guts, and I was gonna put Xingqiu there. I don't actually hate Xingqiu, and he's a great character because of his kid. And he's actually, and I like him well enough as a character. I don't hate any of the Genshin characters. If I say I hate any of them, it's a joke. I don't mean it. I've been told I'm similar to him, but in a way that I don't like. It's that happens very rarely too. Usually the characters who are similar to me, I like them because they're so similar to me, but he's kind of one of those characters I'm like, you're similar to me in a way I don't like. And then Zhongli. Where does Zhongli go? I feel like Zhongli kind of similar to Xiao. I'm not as enthusiastic about him as I once was. Like, there was a time where Zhongli was one of my favorites, but I feel like he is my type, so he would go in probably kind of similar to Xiao. I could see him in either of these tiers. Maybe I'll put him in this one. We balance it out just a little bit. But I feel like we'd also have to talk about, like, Archon War, stuff like that. I'd have to be like, okay, like, what's your opinion on Conria? Maybe we would just need a little bit more time for things to develop between us. Oh, MDM, this is a simp tier list. It is a simp tier list. Now, do I want to organize this? See, Zhongli, you'd have to be rich to pay for all his stuff. True. I'd have to be like, listen, Zhongli, you need to bring your wallet with you when we go out. I can't pay for everything. I'm not rich. I used a website called Open Tier Boy. So shout out to this website because there are no ads, first of all. No ads. That's wonderful. I love that. Getting all the images uploaded was easy. I didn't have to log into X or Twitter or Facebook or something. This is the less delusional tier list. I do want to make a delusional tier list as well. Maybe I should do that. The Suns would be in the same ones. I guess the only thing that would make the tier list delusional is putting Ayato up here. And then probably putting Wriothesley up here and then moving, like, Aoife lower. Like, some of the characters I have up in these tiers, it's like, I don't actually like them that much, but I just know it would work. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do the delusional. I'm gonna put them all back real quick, and then I'm gonna speedrun a Delulu tier list for everyone. Okay, Kaveh still goes here. Hazo, I don't think he might still be in the same tier, though. Sun, Bride EK, Sun. I'm putting all the- I shouldn't have taken these guys out of the tier list. Actually, I think my opinion on Ether is kind of like, I don't know. I think I don't know is a better opinion to have on him. Kaya would probably go here instead. Ayato, it's delusional, so he goes here. Ito, still not my type. Tartaglia, I kind of want to put him here just because I feel like I would never want to fight him and he would be like, I hate you. Yeah, aren't you so surprised I put Kaveh at the top? So surprising. Lenny, still not my type. Kanich, not my type, right? I think that's where he was before. Wanderer, I'm gonna put Wanderer in, sure, why not? I said not my type before, but like, I don't know. He can move up a tier for no reason. Goro, still not my type. Baizhu, this is delusional, right? So, not my type. Albedo, Hand in Marriage. Zhongli, I think he still goes here. Xiao is probably a little bit more delusional. Alhaitham, sure, why not? Tainari, Auroron. Okay, overall, Auroron's not my type. He was in the sure, why not, because I feel like it could work out, but I think overall he's less my type. Nervulette, okay, yeah. Diluc, I would actually probably put him down here. I like Diluc, but I don't like him as much as probably putting him in this tier at first would suggest. Kazuha, I feel like I said, Kazuha's fallen in priority for me as a favorite character. Like, I like him as a character. He's more of a comfort character, so sure, why not for him. Sino, sure, why not. Wriothesley, Dainsleif, Aoife. Toma, I feel like Toma, I'll put him in the same tier as before. This is the delusional tier list. Notice that some of the characters in the top tier aren't there anymore. Some of them stayed there though, like Kaveh and Albedo and Nervulette, because I feel like no matter what, that's not too delusional. Why did your delusion tier list feel more strict than your normal one? You do have a point, there are more characters here than like here. This is based on like how much I like the characters, I think, where the first one was based on like, do I think we'd actually get along really well? I don't really have anything else to say, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this is it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and I will see you guys later.